Uh, I know it's a stupid question because the answer is obviously infinite. The answer is obviously huge. But how much easier is it for you this spring, knowing where you are, what position you're in, what your opportunities are than last year when it seemed like there was a lot of flux in your personal spot?
As far as like an opportunity, like where I was going, I feel a lot more comfortable. But I mean, as far as like scheme and like getting the defense down, I kind of feel like I'm in the same boat. Brand new defense, kind of just a new, like a whole defensive staff that comes in and like changes everything. But I mean, it's for the better, and I'm having a great time going through it.
What is your role in this defense? I mean, you and Tommy, I think a lot of people have you guys penciled in as the starters in the 4-2-5, but we don't really know what the two are in that 4-2-5 anymore because everything moved around, right? So, how has your job changed?
I don't really think it's changed. I mean, we're just still like a couple linebackers. I can't really disclose too much, and I mean, some of it we don't even know a lot of it. It's just it's really fresh, brand new defense. I mean, we're really just starting to get our feet wet now, like the back half of spring ball. But I mean, I'd say our jobs are still the same. Just find the ball, tackle it.
Do you see a different response from the offense to you guys this year?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they look a little more confused because we're just bringing a whole bunch of new shit, and I don't blame them because I mean it's confusing for us, so it's definitely confusing for them.
As a player, who obviously this production is directly tied to your future potential earnings, right? How excited are you to just get a chance to do so many different things?
Oh, I'm really excited. Me and Tommy talk about it every day. It's just, I mean, it's this brand new defense. I mean, I guess it's because it's new, but I mean, just the freshness of it just really feels like deep breath of air or whatever. It's just fun getting to do something new. Just getting to kind of do new jobs and stuff. Just run around, have fun.
How do you get Tommy to talk?
he's a he's an oddball, but I mean, I love the dude. I've been roommates with him for 2 years, so I mean, it's just I'm around him all the time, so we talk a lot.
You, Cade, and Tommy are sort of like the group, right? You've got friends.
We've got a little place called the Bar House. We got about 7 guys that packed in there and 2 dogs, so it's pretty tight knit group.
How hard is it for you guys when Cade says, "Hey, I'm going to go play tight end again"?
Oh, it pissed me off. I didn't talk to him for like a day or so, but I mean, he goes over there and now he's killing that tight end, so I can't really blame him. He's doing what he's got to do.
Tackle him or have him tackle alongside you?
Tackle alongside me. I would never want to tackle him, but I mean, I got to now.
Your trip goes from playing running back in Arizona State to linebacker here. You obviously went through a very similar thing.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of things have you been able to teach him or relate to him about making that position change?
Right now we're just all relying on each other, like getting the plays down and stuff. What he's been doing is pretty crazy. I mean, going straight from running back to defense and then learning this complex structure we have. What he's doing is pretty crazy. And then, I mean, he's just one of the most physically gifted guys on the team. So even if he doesn't know what he's doing, like a lot of us don't, sometimes he's just able to just find the ball just based on pure athleticism. I mean, I'm struggling a little bit. I mean, I got up to like 232, and now I'm not starting to eat as much. I just got a lot of class, and then here, so I'm down like 228 or so. I gotta bump back up a little bit, eat some more Wheaties or something. I don't know.
What do you want to be?
Personally, I would love to be a 225, but I gotta be heavier. Yeah, I gotta be a little thicker in the gut.
How different is it?
I guess I feel a lot more free. Just, I mean, I'm pretty confident in my play style now. So even if I don't know something, I just go get the ball. And with last year, I felt at the beginning I was just doubting myself with a lot of stuff, just not really sure what to do in what moments. Now I kind of just go.
I mean, you do have a considerable lack of experience. I know you're high school. You had a pretty good year. When you look back on what you did last year, what do you think? Are you satisfied or do you kind of cringe?
I cringe, mostly because we had Team Up North period today, and we watched the film. I haven't seen it until then, and that was pretty sickening. So that was pretty rough. And I feel like that game overall just kind of determines what kind of season we had, and based on that, that wasn't too good.
You said the Team Up North game was on the TV the other day.
I didn't watch it. I didn't see it. I wouldn't want to watch it.
What happened?
I'd rather not talk about it. It's April. We got I don't know 100, 200 so days until that day. So we'll focus then.
Coach Combs kind of described you last year as like you've seen you go, even if you don't always know where you're going.
Yeah.
You're gonna attack. He liked that about you. That you just kind of
Is that a fair way to put how last year was for you?
I guess, but now I'm kind of getting my ass chewed out for it. A couple times supposed to be a man and not go. Next thing you know, Coach Combs is mother effing me, telling me to get on the sideline. So it's a fine balance between it. You gotta know when to go and you gotta know when to do your job.
So now, I'm going to assume that you know where you're supposed to be going.
I'd like to think I do, yeah. Sometimes a little iffy, but I mean getting the hang of it.
New defense.
New defense, yeah.
So when you do know where you're supposed to go and you're seeing and you're going,
Yeah.
I guess how does that raise your ceiling as a linebacker?
It just makes it fun, and then whenever the game's fun, you just play better. Oh yeah, that's on me. You said Combs, guy Combs in my head. That's on me. All good.
I mean, how different is it for you guys when you play your base 4-2-5? Played a lot of 2-9 last year. But does that change the way you guys do your position at all? The base of the two?
Not really. No, I mean it's just pretty simple. D-line gets the ball, linebackers kind of just do it all, and then back guys cover their guys, and I mean just all working together. Really, pretty simple.
Has it made it more competitive? I mean, you guys now have some depth at those two positions. There's a lot of guys that can play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you sense more competition?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we came in at the beginning of spring, it seemed like we had 38 linebackers, but I mean now we've shortened it down a little bit. But I mean, we still got everyone in the room. It's just great player, great guys. So I mean, there's definitely competition all the way from top to bottom. So I mean, it just raises all of our play and just makes us better players and better defense in general.
In general, this defense, a lot of young guys played last year, now going through it a second time as comfortable guys. How much has that changed the defense, even while learning a new scheme?
I think that's huge. Just even seeing it in spring ball, just guys like off the top of my head, I know me, like Tommy, Rocket, we are all guys that just really starting to get into our roles last year. I mean, we're kind of tiptoeing around sometimes, but now it's just we start to understand exactly what we're doing. We can just go, just get that experience under us. Look at it, man.
Everybody knows what they're doing. How are you able to communicate a little bit better?
Wait, repeat that again. I kind of spaced.
How does that help with the communication? You know what you're doing. How does it help everybody say what's going on the field?
It helps a lot. I mean, the communication really just stays the same. Just the trust we have, like in the back all the way to the front, just knowing that guy behind us has our back. It really just helps just us being confident in doing our job.
How much have you picked up on Ryan said it's not so much about competition right now, more so about attention?
We have learned a lot. It is, it's pretty amazing how much that he's put in through 10 practices now. At first, I was kind of pissed that we were doing all this stuff because, I mean, I just wanted to get out there and play, and we're putting in all these plays. But now, just kind of taking a step back and realizing what he's done to this defense, it's pretty outstanding what he's done. His scheme, I have all the confidence in the world in his scheme. I mean, he's a hard ass. He'll scream at you, but I know what he's doing for this program is pretty awesome. As far as like coaching wise,
Well, just schematic.
I'm pretty sure it's at its core it's the same, but I mean it's different. It's still a brand new defense. Can't really say too much.
Was it a lot of time like spent in like meeting rooms, like learning like from film or learning from like him explaining the defense to you? Is that why you were kind of pissed or angry or whatever, or that you wanted to be out here kind of putting it into practice, or what was that like?
It's just, I mean, we would go one day, we'd run like a batch of plays. Next day, you put in like 10 plays, and then we go out and run all those plays again. If you don't get it right, get yelled at. I mean, that happens. So, I mean, it's just constantly just stacking. But, I mean, he's told us like what the process is. Sooner or later, we're going to have all that down. Then once we get to game time, we really shorten it up. Just start focusing in on what we have that week.
And I'm letting you stuff.
Well, he's flooding us in, it's a lot.
And I don't know if you've thought about this at all, but I mean, is this something that you could have tackled last year? Like, I mean, at this time, transitioning from running back to linebacker, or is it kind of doesn't help kind of knowing the position, like knowing what it's like, takes to play linebacker, knowing what it's like, and then having all this thrown at?
I'd say right now I'm in a better position to learn it compared to probably where I would be last year. I mean, it'd certainly be hard, but I mean, we still got guys like got CJ, got Gabe, got all the young guys that are learning it really fast. So I feel like I'd be able to do it too. It's kind of stressful, I'd say, like in film. It makes fun of us a lot. That's all I love. But I mean, it's stressful because I mean, he's top dog. He's really calling the shots, and I mean, he's also telling you like what kind of technique you got to have where. So I mean, I mean, it's nice because I mean he's kind of just like the main head, and you're always with him 24/7. Excuse me?
He's hired to be the head coach.
Oh yeah, and he has taken that role on like big time.
It seems like he's got a plan, like it's kind of all planned out of how he's going to teach you guys. Does that help kind of to know that like there's a plan of how he's going to teach you guys over the course of the spring and summer?
Oh yeah, it's just really trusting the process and trusting the plan that he's put in. I mean, it's hard sometimes, like trusting it, but I mean, you just gotta have faith in it.
Were there ever times last year where you felt like the opposing offense maybe was a little too in tune to what you guys were doing?
Yeah,
I mean, is that frustrating?
yeah. I won't speak much about it, but yeah.
And conversely, when you're talking about putting all this stuff in, but does that also make it more appealing to go through this now?
Yeah, knowing that we have more than like a couple, 2 or 3 plays in the game. Yeah, it's definitely a lot better knowing that we've got more ammunition in the game.
Is that even already happening in practice? I mean, Coach Dave talked about there's a little more maybe of a there's more of a plan that CJ has to attack.
Oh yeah, I feel like we're confusing the offense a little more just as far as like what we're doing as a whole. But I mean, especially going against this offense, if we're confusing them sometimes, I feel like what we can do to other teams is pretty crazy.
You mentioned CJ and Gabe. What have you seen out of them? How have they grown over the course of this?
They're students of the game, man. I love those guys. I mean, they're coming in, doing extra tape and everything, looking over practice, asking questions to all the old guys. I know I wouldn't do that. I was shy as hell whenever I was little. But, I mean, they're just great players, smart as hell. I mean, they're just flying around. Sometimes you don't know what to do, but they're still just making plays.
Is it weird to view yourself as an old guy in a room like the linebacker position, having only kind of been there 1 year, like switched at the college level for 1 year? Is that weird for you, or kind of like this?
I haven't really thought about it like that. I just feel like I just treat everyone like equals. Like sometimes we'll have people call them like a young buck or whatever. I just like think everyone has an equal chance or whatever. Everyone's in the same boat.
Awesome.
Take it in. Yeah.
Steele.